Everybody, welcome back to another fantastic episode of Ready to Die Fighting. I'm Chris, and today I want to talk a little bit about still working on car accidents and how to prepare for that, because car accidents happen a lot, especially in winter. Winter is upon us, or not upon us, but it's right around the corner, and I'm getting the vehicle ready for that. And I did get into a pretty big car accident a few years back. The car rolled probably 3 or 4 times, and a tree was there. So the tree stopped us from rolling. So it was a very conveniently placed tree. If that tree went there, it'd probably still be rolling to this day. And it hit us or it didn't hit us, I guess we hit it, on the driver's side, right on the door. And seemingly the hood and everything looked hit, honestly. But the worst damage seemed to be right around here, where I was sitting, of course. And when it happened, so much adrenaline was going that I actually didn't feel any pain whatsoever. I wasn't hurt very bad at all, but I didn't feel the damage that was there. And the door wouldn't open, at least not at first. You know, it was unlocked, but it was so dented up that I couldn't open it. And so maybe it was the adrenaline. I don't really know. I am kind of a big girl, but I was able to ram up against it and kick the door enough that I was able to pop it open. But it did take some effort, and I wasn't hurt very bad. And but if I were hurt worse, or if I were smaller, or if, whatever number of things, I might not have been able to do that. And even though it wasn't super urgent for me to get out, I wanted to. I thought I could push the car back onto the road and continue my drive. Like I said, a lot of adrenaline was going. That was not going to happen. That was a bad plan. But I thought at the time that's what I was going to do. So, all of that to say, you can get trapped in your car. It's a thing that can happen. It's a thing that almost happened to me one time. And so since I am prepping for car accidents and being trapped in the car for a blizzard or whatever else, I thought, you know what, it's far past time for me to get one of those tools that I can escape the vehicle if I need to. And there's a few different models. There's the Rescue Me version, which is like a little keychain guy. And it's got a strap cutter, so you can cut the seatbelt off of you, and a glass breaker that's like spring-loaded. And it's not very expensive. What I didn't like about it, though, was that one is plastic, so it seems a little fragile. But then it's also, where do you put it? It's on a keychain, but, I don't really like keychains too much. I don't like it real bulky and all that. Meh. And then there's I saw the one that's it's like an orange, and it looks kind of like a hammer, and it's probably really easy to handle since it is bigger and bulkier. But where do you put it? That one's not a keychain. It'd be way too big for that. But when I got into that accident, everything went stuff just was it went everywhere, and it was. I actually think it was kind of cool because things kind of felt like, to me, things went in slow motion. I don't even know that movie Deadpool where the car flips over and it's just all the stuff and it's the slow motion. It's all just kind of that was happening. It was like the car was upside down and just everything was just floating, just kind of in the air and just suspended. And I actually heard my shoulder kind of crack, and I was like, "Oh, that's not good." But I was fine. I still have some collarbone shoulder issues, but it was fine. But everything went everywhere. So I'm not convinced that there's a place where I could put that where I could, have any confidence that it would still be there in a car accident. A car accident that's bad enough that I need to use that, it's probably not going to be where I put it. So, And then I was in the Army supply store and I saw this. I was like, aha! First off, it's Smith & Wesson, and I do like their firearms. And actually, I have a couple of pocket knives by them as well. So, I like the company. But this is, it's got the strap cutter. It's got the glass breaker, but it's also a USB charger. and it's made out of metal. And so I actually bought two, but here's the other one out of the package. And so this feels solid, and that's, you know, I honestly don't really know how a glass breaker works exactly, but it's kind of spring-loaded or something there. I don't really have a good way to test this. I don't have any glass that I'm willing to break to test this out. I'll have to just figure out if when the case arises. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out. The strap cutter is there, and it's recessed in such a way that you'd have to really try to cut yourself with this thing. It's just, realistically, that's just not going to happen. So you can cut your seatbelt and free yourself in case the seatbelt is jammed and you can't get out. Break the glass with it, and then you can store it right where the cigarette lighter goes and charge your devices. And there's enough friction there where I can't say definitively, because I honestly don't remember from that accident if my charger, if my cigarette lighter came out, but there's enough friction there where I think it probably would stay, is what I'm inclined to believe. I'm going to go ahead and do a little charging. Alright, and so you get a blue light that comes on. You got the two options. There's a 2.4 amp and a 1.0 amp. And I can plug this in. I can charge my phone or whatever devices I have. And it's nice because this is something that is, it is so hot and I'm sitting in a car today. You know, a lot of survival gear and prepping stuff, sometimes it's hard to justify the price because, like, oh, do I want to spend this much on something that I hope I will never use? And, you know, I kind of hum and ha, and I usually end up deciding, it's like, yeah, but when I need it, then I'm going to really need it, and I'm going to want it, and I'm going to regret buying it. And, you know, and when my life is on the line, am I going to regret that $15 that I spent? No. But that's really not the case, because it's something that you can use in your everyday. Every day. Every time I'm driving, I can charge up devices with that. I almost always charge my phone when I'm driving. A lot of times that's the only time I charge it, because I always forget to put it on the charger at night. So this will get used. And if the unfortunate event happens where I am in a car accident, or maybe even someone else is in a car accident, and I need to get them out or myself out, I need to break some glass, I need to cut the seatbelt strap, it's there. It's there. $15 is what I paid for. I feel like that's well worth it. I saw a similar device on Amazon that was actually in my shopping cart. I didn't pull the trigger yet, but it was in my shopping cart. I was planning on buying it when I stumbled upon this one, and I decided to buy that instead because of the name brand, quite frankly. And the design of this is a bit more sleek than the other one I was looking at. And plus, I prefer to buy from locally when the opportunity presents itself. You know, if the only place I can get it is Amazon, so be it. But if I have the option, I'll get one locally. So $15 from Joe's Army Navy Smith & Wesson Escape Tool. And I guess that's made by American Outdoor. Oh, cancer and reproductive harm, according to California. That seems to be a thing in California. Alright, that's all I got for this one. It's pretty straightforward. This is a pretty small investment for something that could potentially save your life or make it easier for other people to save your life or whatever. Why not? There's almost no reason not to get it. If it turns out that it works like crap, you know, I'll update this video in some kind of way. But for right now, I'm happy with it. It seems to work. It seems like good quality. I love my Smith & Wesson pistol, and I've had a couple of knives by them as well, and I've been happy with them. So I anticipate being happy with this as well in the long term. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if this was helpful to you, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe.